you ready to discover who you came here to be? Welcome to the Human Design and Astro Club podcast. Human Design is a system and a tool that is here to empower you and show you your greatest potential. Come learn with us and discover who you really are. Hi friends, Krystle here. New year and new you, and boy, do we have some new tools for you to help you transform your life into the one you have always dreamed of. We have some new ways for you to connect with us outside of the show. So we have a free guide on tips and tricks to honoring your strategy and authority. We also have a language manual to your true self to help you understand the key terms in human design and how to apply them to reading your human design chart and also to your life. And we are so happy to announce doors are now open for the Cosmic Community, which is a no commitment or 5-month commitment package to connecting with us over in our private Facebook group. You will have the chance to connect with Leah and myself each month with our premium episodes through our Program Plus monthly forecast. There's also weekly aura energy updates, weekly tarot card pulls connected to a human design gate, monthly market shares for fellow entrepreneurs to share their work, and exclusive bonus content you will not be getting anywhere else from us. Come join the Cosmic Community to understand how to utilize the transits to your advantage and have a safe space to learn, grow, and connect. And we also have our children's class called Nurture Your Child Through Their Design. And our most popular classes are our variable mini classes, which are bite-sized, self-paced audios and guidebooks on the first 2 transformations. And if you want to stay connected with some education and love from us, join our email list and check out our website, which you can find that and every offer I just discussed down below in the show notes. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you over on our next episode. Welcome to the Human Design and Astro Club podcast. I'm Krystle.
And I'm Leah.
And this is the podcast you've been waiting for.
Welcome to March, people.
Yeah. Well, technically last week we entered March.
Oh, that is true.
So, but I guess this is like officially we're in March. We're in the lightning round, as I said, in the Cosmic Community.
Mm-hmm.
And the sky's the limit right now. There's a huge shift happening this week that we'll get into briefly. I feel like I'm either freezing or I'm hot. And now I'm hot. But I'm leaving the hat on because my hair is an absolute train wreck right now. And we're recording now early in the morning, where this is probably the looks you're gonna get if I if I have time to get ready. I put on a little lipstick so I didn't look pale, but I have nothing on my face, and I really just don't care. So
I've been trying out not that anybody cares, I've been trying out the middle part.
Oh yeah, I did notice that. Yeah, you look better. You look better than me with the middle part. Whenever I have a middle part, I just I feel, I don't know. I look like George Washington or something. I don't know. Like with remember their wigs in the middle part?
And, yeah, they're all like pressed down and then they have curls.
Yeah, I did when I was younger, I used to do the middle part, and I feel like these days, like the younger kids are back to the middle part. And I feel like if you're an old lady, you're now wearing a side part, but I'm an old lady. So
I am too. I
I don't
have
like the
those,
symmetry of my face with that.
yeah, I have those tiny little like baby hairs that are still trying to grow in. So when I do in the middle, it covers them up. That's what I noticed. So
Oh,
mine is purely just to cover up my baby hairs. It has
oh.
nothing to do with fashion because I'm not up with fashion.
I am. I know too many. Like I love seeing the hair trends. I realized last year that we really have gone back in time. Like this is
Mm-hmm.
how you know you're old because perms have come back.
Yeah, things are coming back.
And I'm like, no,
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 never.
do not bring back the perms. If you
No,
don't have naturally curly hair, ah,
don't
just
do it.
don't do it. It looks
Mm-mm.
bad. And I don't care if you think I'm an asshole for saying that. It as a hairstylist for 14 years, it looks awful.
Yeah.
Stop doing it unless it really lifts you up, then don't listen to me. Don't be like,
Mm-mm.
fuck off, Krystle. That's fine. You can tell me to fuck off. But I'm telling you it looks bad.
I had my hair permed. My ex stepmother made me perm my hair for her wedding, and all my hair fell
What?
off.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's really unhealthy.
Yeah, it
Really
fried every piece of
unhealthy
hair.
for your hair.
Yeah.
The fumes with I only did a few perms when I did hair. Luckily, when I was doing it, that was not a popular time. There was a brief surge of perming beach waves
Mm.
into hair. I did a couple of those with sponges. It's like a very
So loose, like
special
loose ones.
technique. Yeah,
Interesting.
but the smell is still awful. So
I can like smell it right
and like
now.
the
Like,
regular perm smell smells like rotten eggs. If you guys
yeah.
didn't know what that smelled like, that's if you want to get a little smelly. I was trying to combine visual and smell.
Yeah. It's not like
Smeasual. I want a smeasual. It's rotten eggs.
yeah.
Awful.
It's gross.
Completely awful. Do not perm your hair. You will regret it because let me tell you, the only way to get a perm out is to cut it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That
Mm-hmm.
is literally it. So don't
Don't.
do it or do it because I'm telling you not to do it and you will regret it. As a 1-3, listen to me. I know. Well, that one thing that Ra talks about a lot, I hear in his lectures, is like if you want to know what's up or what works or what doesn't work, you go talk to a 1-3.
Mm-hmm.
Because unfortunately for myself, but fortunately for you guys, I get to get the brunt of shit. I get to deal with all the loose ends of things that don't work. I will experience them for you and take the hits that you don't have to take. It happens all the time. Leah sees it happen with me. Like it's like, why is this fucking happening? And it's like once you embrace that you're a fucking third line, then you just, well,
Yeah.
I don't understand why that happened or like why I just fell over air. Sometimes I'm just like a trip over air or like technology doesn't work just for me or like certain things like there's a glitch. I will experience whatever needs to be fixed. I will experience it for you and then tell you what happened. I will report back.
And
I
then
Yeah.
like learn some sort of way to not do it that way.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Yeah, I'll tell you all the mishaps. Don't you worry. That's why
Yeah.
follow me. I'm also motivation. I'm desire motivation. Um,
We're all over the words today.
words, desire motivation. And so I really am here to lead people back to themselves. That's what I do. And I've been doing it for myself for so long now that it's just like things are just opening up. There's a bunch of things that I'm still like, okay, we gotta move some shit around here, but large parts of my life are expanding in the wildest ways. And it's because I'm following my design. I'm in alignment with the transits and I'm surrendering to the entire process. And I can actually see where everything's moving. And that's what we do here on the program. So welcome. Welcome if you are new. Welcome to the program. This is a weekly forecast on human design, astrology, and tarot. There is definitely a common thread that runs through human design, astrology, and tarot. Leah's been like tooting her own little horn over there in the cosmic
Yeah.
community because she's been pulling cards and connecting them to the human design gates, and it's been very accurate.
Hmm.
So if you are like, what's the cosmic community? You missed it. Okay. You missed it for the month. Doors have been closed. Thank you for those that have joined. We're super excited to be of service for you for this month or for the next 5 months for you. Whatever transpired during that time. We got I'm not sure, but I have to go look, and I meant to look this morning. We might have gotten a reflector in
What?
our group. I'll have to go check because I'm not sure. I'm not
That
sure.
would
I saw
complete our
something.
lives.
I
We've been calling
thought
in a
some.
reflector.
Yeah, I thought I saw one of the people that joined last night that
Mm.
liked the reflector post, and I didn't get a chance to go into the group yet for
Yeah,
today.
me
So I'm gonna
neither.
have to check that out a little later to see what their design is. But yeah, I was like, oh my God, are you a reflector? Because you just like the reflector post. And because if you didn't know, each week we do aura energy updates, and we talk about the programming partners for that week. How we talk about on here, we actually go into detail and describe what they are, and we talk about them together. And so each type gets their own little post. So everybody that has that type usually likes their post. And so she liked the reflector one. So we're gonna have to find out if we have a reflector in the group, because then that means that
Right.
we've completed all
Yeah.
the types. We've gotten all the types in the group. We've been waiting. We have a bunch of manifestors, manifesting generators, projectors, but we have no reflectors. So if you're a reflector and you're listening to this right now, I hope you'll join us for April. Oh, we would love to have you. Reflectors should totally be in this group. If
Yeah,
anything,
I was just
uh,
gonna say, if anything, the transits will be something you
you need it. It's a
need in your life. Yeah.
requirement in your life.
Yeah.
I've had a bunch of reflectors like the last year, and then I don't know where they all went. You guys gather together.
They go in packs.
You guys travel in packs together, but I haven't been connecting to too many reflectors recently. So
Mhm.
I'm super excited if there's a new reflector, because I love connecting to reflectors.
Yeah.
So so yeah, if you're interested in the cosmic community, doors will open up again in April, and we go through similar vibe to the program like this, but we actually go through the entire month, and I call them the game players because we are in. Okay, hold on. Let me shed some wisdom in case you need it right now. So, we are in an assimilation, okay? A movie, a TV show, whatever you want to call it. It's not fucking real. It's our brains create this entire episode that we're tuning in each second, minute, day, week, month, year. We are getting information from the planets. So the stars create these little tiny subatomic particles called neutrinos, and they travel down into the planets. They bump into the planets because they carry mass. There's a density to them. And then they travel down to Earth. If you're watching me on YouTube, you can see the nice visual of my hands. And then they travel down to Earth, and they travel into our system, and they transform us. They help us upgrade to the next level. And so we talk about in the program, but in way more detail in the program plus, all of the gates, channels, planets, activations, astrology, all of the way that they're actually moving, and in detail of what the gate is, what the channel is. You're also learning about the gates and channels through the transits, which to me is the easiest way. That's a big way that I've learned about human design, is by watching the transits, because
Mhm.
then you can actually see what that gate or channel or center, if it's defined, what that actually means and what that looks like, how it actually works. What is the mechanic of that structural aspect? Okay. So that's what we do in the program. Plus, we also have, like I said, weekly aura energy updates. We used to do them in our email, and then we moved them over to the private Facebook group, the Cosmic Community, so that we can actually have conversations with you guys about it. So that's been really fun because then we have
Yeah.
conversations about the energy of that week through the programming partners of the Sun and the Earth. The programming partners are the Sun and the Earth, and they also travel together in the nodes as well. So we talk about that in detail. And then we also do tarot card pulls connected to human design gates. So that gives you an extra visual of what that gate actually means. And then we also do moon circles. So we do new moon and full moon circles, which I think that's been really helping people like manifest their
Yeah.
dreams right now. So that's
Huge. Yeah.
been really fun. And we have a lot of bonus content. I gave a free lecture that's still sitting in there that you can get for the next month if you would like on the transits. It's a free lecture on the transits. And there's
Mm-hmm.
a lot of goodies. There's just so many. You can go if you want to find out what the cosmic community is about, you can go down to the link, hit the link in the description down below and check out what it's about and make sure that you save that link because on April 1st, doors will open back up and you'll be able to join us. And if you need just like a little taste, you can do it for a month and then you can decide to commit for 5 months if you would like. You get 1 month for free if you commit to the package. We give you a little goodie. So that's kind of what we're about. And so this episode is going to be about this week, what's going on this week. And there's huge shifts that are happening this week. And we also do educational episodes. So you can go, if you actually go to our website, let me give you the easiest way to find our educational episodes because Leah has put them together nicely in her little market. So if you go to our website and you go to our homepage, there is a beginner path. Okay. If you click on the beginner path, it'll take you to another page that has all of our educational episodes on there. So you can just start listening to them. Go ahead, binge them. If you want to learn about human design, listen to our educational episodes. Okay. You can find that on our website. And then we also do interviews, which actually this week, I thought it was going to be last week. So sorry if I know I said that we were hoping it was going to be last week, but there's just too many edits and too many things going on. We had too many launches. And so this Thursday, you will be hearing an interview with a manifester, with me and a manifester. So if you're interested in that, make sure that you are subscribed to the podcast or to our YouTube channel so that you can check that out. Is there anything else that I'm missing that we should share or that you want to say?
Do you want to talk about your abundance workshop? Well,
Oh yeah, that's
I
right.
just hit my desk. Sorry.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
This is why I have projectors in my life. I need you to tell me things. Um,
Because I know that one's not in any of the commercials. So
Oh yeah, it's not. It's not in a. So I have a workshop. Leah's coming. Of course Leah's coming because she loves magic. As most of us do. I feel like if you're listening to this that you probably love magic too. So I don't know what you're doing if you've been listening to me talk about the magic workshop but you haven't purchased yet. Super excited for the people that are going to be joining us for this workshop because it is going to be fire. I'm doing with another generator actually, so you know that we're bringing that sacral juice to
Mhm.
you. She's I don't even I'm like, she more fiery than me? I'm not sure. We're both fire signs and generators. So it's like there's gonna be a lot of minds blown in this workshop. We both have gate 5. I have the full 515 channel. And so Maureen does candle magic, which I've been dabbling in for a little bit, but I'm not like, I would never consider myself to be an expert. And I feel like she's really well versed in candle magic. And I also have developed a system with creating a body graph grid. So just like a crystal grid that you can activate, you can actually activate your body graph as well. So I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to talk about Kabbalah. We're going to go a little bit deeper in Kabbalah in that workshop as well. It's a 3-part workshop. It's actually 6 hours. Okay. You're getting 6 hours of rituals. Shit.
So much good stuff.
For only what is it like 200 something bucks for 6 hours. And you know that we're probably going to go a little over that because I have an open throat and she has an undefined throat. So you're going to, and like Maureen, like we're both over givers, but I'm going to probably have to cut Maureen off at some point because I know she'll keep going.
Well,
Um,
that's the thing. Like you guys just get so passionate about it. It's hard to turn that
Sacrals.
off.
Yeah. It's hard to turn off a sacral being. So we're going to be like,
So we're doing this for 3 months.
all the
It's not a
all the non-sacrals
three-part.
will be like, okay, I'm still listening.
Yeah, they're laying in their bed. It's like 3 in the morning and we're still going.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a really good time. You can find out more information about that in the description down below. We'll make sure that you can purchase. The doors are open now. So if you were on the wait list and you haven't purchased yet, hopefully at this point we'll have the 10 people. But if not, then if you're like, oh, I totally forgot to purchase, because if you purchase from our wait list and you were on our wait list, then you're going to get a free spell that is actually personalized to your design and your incarnation cross. I mean, I would buy the
Yeah.
workshop just for that spell. I would want that spell for myself because we're going to personalize it to you. So if you're on the wait list, purchase so that there's hopefully a really good chance that you're going to get the spell. And then also, if you do purchase before the 19th, then you will also get our free masterclass. We're doing a that you can also sign up for if you need a little taste, because we're going to do a free masterclass on the 19th on altar prep for abundance. So I'm going to be doing a nightstand abundance altar. Yep, I'm sure you've never heard of that. So I have a whole ritual on creating a nightstand abundance altar so that it's the first thing that you see when you wake up in the morning, and it's the last thing that you see when you go to bed at night. And I'm going to show you how to activate all of that. So it's going to be spectacular, and it's free if you join live. I want to make this very clear so everybody understands. It's only going to be free if you join live, because we want an opportunity to give people a taste and to also give back. So we're doing it live and free for those that join on that day, because we're recording it and we're turning it into an offer. So we wanted to give back to our audience a little bit. So if you want to join us live for the recording, then you will get it for free. But afterwards, it's going to be $55. So if you're like, oh, well, I didn't know that. So you're going to want to join. All the people that have joined so far, we're super excited for you to come join us. And if you purchase the workshop, then you will automatically get sent this masterclass for free. And even if you don't attend, but you have purchased the workshop, you're automatically going to get the masterclass. So you're getting a lot of goodies for this. And this is going to transform your life, because I've literally, hold on. I don't know, like, it's like you don't know how it's fully working, because it's like, how do I just do all these things? It's like you're moving with the energy that's surrounding you, that's in your environment. We're going to we're going to teach you guys how to almost like manipulate the energy in your environment through your rituals. I'm almost booked for April for my readings. If I get I'm only going to let in now a few more people found. So I had opened up. So here's how abundance works. Okay. So somebody had messaged me and asked if there was any room for them to get a reading. And I was like, actually, I could probably take one more person. So I opened up my books for them, and I had left a few spots open, and then I never closed them, because I was just like, you know what? We're just gonna open up a couple spots in April and not say anything. And all of a sudden, people found it. And because I didn't announce it, usually I announce it and people book, but lately people have been booking my readings before I even announce it, and then I close the books. Like, things are just moving so quickly for me right now that it's like, it's wild. It's just it's wild. So I'm almost booked for April, and I didn't even technically open my books yet. And it's stuff like that that's continuing to happen to me for the last few months, that I've been so tapped into the transits. I've been following my rituals to a T. I have the 515 channel. For fucking sakes, if you have gate 5 or the 515 channel, you better be fucking coming to this workshop, number one, and you better be fucking doing some rituals on your own, because it's a game changer.
Yeah.
Literally a game changer. I mean, you've been more tapped. You have gate 5 as well, of course.
I do.
That's why we're together with this. But how has it been for you now that, like, I've shared, you came to our last workshop too, or you got the recording for that one?
Yeah, I got the
But
recording.
how has it been for you with actually have, because I know you said that you've had a hard time, especially because you only have gate 5 and you're not a sacral being, to have a consistent ritual. But now that you've gone through trying to do that, I know that you fell off a second, but now you're back on the horse. So, but how has it been for you doing your rituals for the last, I don't know how many months now?
I think it's really helped me kind of organize myself and like understand how I want, like say for example, like the moon rituals that we do and using my body graph grid, like it helps me know when I look at it, I'm like, okay, I need to clear these. This is what I've been feeling, and this is how I should clear these centers, and then pick some stones that feel good to clear that center. And then I used to do full moon and I think it was more full moon rituals like years ago. I used to do them, and they weren't really like, I would just kind of write stuff down and be like, well, this is kind of like my goal, blah, blah, blah. And then now it's like, I have like, we do this whole thing, and it helps me really set the intentions or plant the seeds for what I want to create. And looking back, I'm like, holy cow, like these things are like really happening. Yeah. And it's not like I want to make $1 million. Like, obviously that would be
like
nice,
have
but
some realistic especially when you're
more
starting
like
out,
I'm
have
ready
some
to
realistic
release
goals.
Yeah. It's more like I'm ready to release whatever feeling or whatever limiting belief I have, or I don't know if it's for a specific center, then we set an intention for that center and do that thing, so it's, and then I always have it like sitting with me. So I'm always carrying that, like if I can see it next to me, then I'm able to look at it and be like, okay, let's just think about that again. Like, what was my intention? And does that feel like it's been working? And if it doesn't, then maybe I need to think about why isn't it not working? Or what am I still holding back? Like, what are some remaining limiting beliefs? Maybe I cleared some and there's like more underneath it.
Yeah.
That's how.
And you can kind of feel it with your body graph when you're clearing it and activating. You can kind of feel where things are stagnant or stuck or stale, and where things maybe need a little bit of an upgrade. Like, and that's where like working with certain crystals with your body graph grid and like setting an intention, like there's a whole sequence that I've created for this. And I did more of a because we had limited time with the last workshop that I did. I didn't get to do as much detail on the different sequences that you can do depending on your design type. And so I really would love, because the last workshop, we're going to do it all together. We're going to actually do it together with each other. And like, it's going to be like a little arts and crafts thing. I feel like really kitchen's environment, like you're going to print out your grid. You're going to fill in the channels and gates, color in your centers, and then we're going to activate the grid together. And you're going to feel it. There's something that happens in your body when you're activating a body graph grid that it's almost like it's bringing you online. It's like bringing your vehicle online instead of being like in like autopilot mode, which I think most people are on.
Yeah.
So it really turns you on. Like, it's like, let's turn our vehicles on so they can actually move in the right direction. I also have a defined G center. I'm a vessel of love. So I'm going to show you guys how to really bring love, prosperity, and abundance into your life in this workshop. Go to the description down below. It's only 200 and something bucks. For whatever reason, I can't remember the exact price, and I don't have it in front of me. 225?
Yeah.
24. 25?
25.
Okay, Leah knows because she made it on the website. So 225, it's 6 hours long, 3 parts. It's going to be 3 different months. And if, again, I don't know if I said this and I want to make it clear also, if you cannot make it to the live event, no worries. You're going to get the recording. No matter what, you're going to get the recording whether you come live or not. And you get to keep it for life, practice those rituals, and really like work that magic muscle.
Yeah. I would say, if anything, try and make it to the last one so you can make the Q&A.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be a Q&A. So if you can't do the first 2, get the recordings for the first 2, and then make it to the last one, because yes, we're gonna be answering questions for you guys in the last class. So I hope you're at least coming to. I hope you're coming to all the classes. I'm talking to you. Yeah.
Yeah. I have them on my calendar. I just have to make sure nothing overlaps.
Yeah. So just everybody clear your schedules for the next 3 months. Check out the dates. and join us. It's going to be a really, really good time. You're going to enjoy it.
Mhm.
You're going to get something out of it. And if you need a little sample, a little taste, join us live for the masterclass on the 19th, and it's going to be a good time. So, is there anything going on with you this week? You're going to tell me no, but
No, I was
No.
thinking about that before I got on here. I was like, I don't know if I have anything I need to say.
yeah. It's just been a very energetic week, a lot happening.
Yeah.
I actually had to cancel an event on Friday because I had scheduled 2 events. And so I had to make a decision to cancel one of them because it's one of them is like kind of like a reoccurring event. And so I just decided that I'm gonna just go to the next one for that. And then there's another one happening on Friday as well. So I just, yeah, there's just so much happening now. And I feel like we're entering the lightning round, as I said. If you don't know what I'm talking about, we talked about in the cosmic community. There's certain things that I'm going to keep safely tucked into the cosmic community. And if you want it, you got to join it to get it. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm a defined heart. I can't give everything away for free, but I do have a lot to share for today that you can get for free right now. So I guess let's go ahead and dive right in to what's going on, because there is a bunch of stuff and there's a huge shift coming this week. So we'll get there in a second. So let's start at the top.
Hi, friends. Okay, I know you've already heard me come on here once before, but I have a very important message for you. Are you an entrepreneur, a fellow weirdo, looking to reach an audience on an offer, a program, a reading, a product that you're looking to sell? We have the channel of the entrepreneur, and we're looking to create very specific commercials for other entrepreneurs such as ourselves. If you're looking to get your voice out there, we have over 15,000 plays on this podcast, plus a YouTube channel, and we can create a very specific commercial for you to reach our audience and your message. Go down below in our description and fill out the form because there's an introductory offer waiting for you. See you over on the rest of this episode.
So we kick off the week with a lot of head pressure, okay? And a focus on doubt, okay? This is going to be a deep week of review, okay? So if there's anything that you get from anything that I say, this is it. This is going to be a deep week of review and an extra emphasis with the full moon, with full moon Virgo, okay, that we will get to in a moment. You might find yourself traveling back to the past events in your mind, and we're being grounded in confusion, of course, because when there's doubt, there's usually confusion. It's a coupling pair, right? Travels together. So we need doubt to focus on that might have us sorting through the data, potentially could feel like overwhelm that will then allow something to come to a completion. That's usually how it works. And so that's a nutshell of the beginning of the week. And we still have a defined heart at the beginning of the week and throat as well. So, and I feel that right now I've been so happy to have the 45 in transit and really the full channel, but I have half of the money line. And so it's been really nice to have this throat activation. I'm like, why can't I have this forever? I can feel it. It feels like power. Like, damn you manifestors and your power. Or manifesting generators that also have this channel, but it's such a powerful channel. I can feel it. It's got such influence. And so we still have a defined heart and throat at the beginning of the week. And it's offering us a chance to expand our resources and ways for allowing prosperity and abundance to shower us in this new season of spring. So we are in the lightning round, as I said, that I shared in the cosmic community, that if you didn't join, man, you missed a really, really good one for March that I said, a really, really good month, a really, really good monthly forecast. I have to toot my own horn about that because it was really good. It was last night for us. So we talked about all the major players of the month, and I talked myself alone, just me. Okay. I talk here probably like 10 minutes about the program. I talked for over an hour I talked for just myself alone over an hour on what's going on for the month because there's a lot happening this month. This is where everything shifts. Okay. So thank you for those that did join and that are in our private cosmic community. We are going to help each other this month really make shit happen. That's what I really do believe. We're going to all co-create together, and we have been, but this is where like things actually get to expand this month. So and as I said in the monthly forecast, that there is an extra emphasis this month on family, community, and relationships. And that is definitely spilling over into this week as well. So we also get a brief emotional surge on Monday that is inviting us to potentially find better communication skills and soften to those in our community and family. And so there's definitely this feeling of wanting to be a part of something lately. So on Tuesday, we have big changes happening, like huge. This like if you're distracted and listening to this right now, I want you to go into another room or pause this and come back to it later because this is very important what I'm about to say. I need to strongly share this with you so that you're not just like, on autopilot like most of us are and just like half tuning in. Get fully tapped in right now, okay? Because this is huge. So this is a really big month. So let's talk about full moon Virgo first, and then we'll move into one of the biggest changes happening this year, okay? So full moon Virgo. Full moons are all about completions and also releases, okay? I've said this in the cosmic community, and I think on here many times as well. Full moons are where you can really like see your goal and intention or manifestations come alive. Okay. That's what happens during full moons. Full moons are when you can make shit happen. I feel like most people have no clue how to really co create with the moon cycles, but I do. So, from working at the Kabbalah Center and now really understanding on a deep level how energy travels through the cycles and the planets, I've been able to manifest so much magic in my life, as I was just sharing earlier, with these cycles, that I'm here to tell you that your dreams are possible to live out, and it's waiting for you in another reality, that you truly have to be in this belief and then take aligned action to be able to truly capture your intent. So how can you do that during this cycle? Look back to where you were 6 months ago, okay? And what intentions or goals did you have during new moon Virgo? There is a resolution, huge. There's always a resolution or some sort of completion with full moons, but there's an extra emphasis. So there's a resolution and completion that is being asked of you during this time. Something that started at the end of August or September is ready to be released or concluded. There is an extra emphasis, as I said, on this area for this full moon more than usual. Virgo is a mutable earth sign. So where might you need to pivot or change course during this time? Okay. So that's the question to ask yourself during full moon Virgo. Where do I need to change or pivot course during this time? And if you're in the cosmic community, I gave you guys a bunch of really great questions to ask yourself. So go check out the guidebook in there. So next up that I'm going to be brief on, because I shared so much in the cosmic community for this, okay? And it was last night, so I'm talked out. But I really want to tell you guys what's going on for this, because this is a huge, 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 huge game changer for this year and for the next few years, really, because it's Saturn. Saturn is about to enter Pisces, okay, on Tuesday. All right. So Saturn enters Pisces on Tuesday, also during the full moon. That's not a coincidence. And it's a pretty big deal because this is an outer planet. So anytime an outer planet changes flavors, okay, changes signs, we get to feel it extra. Okay. And it changes parts of our lives. So Saturn is the scorekeeper and the rule setter. Okay. He's like Father Time that sends us to our room during our Saturn return, for example, for us to think about what we can do and become and how we can become an adult. Okay. And so Saturn is moving into Pisces, that you will be experienced. So if you have Saturn in Pisces, then you're you're going to be experiencing your Saturn return. If you're around, 28 or 29, you're going to be experiencing your Saturn return soon. So good luck. So now Saturn in Pisces is where we're going to be able to tap into our spirituality more. Okay. And really the lessons around what it means to be a spiritual being. So, and this is going to be about releasing the shackles that have been on us with all this like Earth, and then like the Aquarius, which is also connected to Saturn. The original ruler of Saturn is original ruler of Aquarius is Saturn. And then we had Capricorn. So there's been a lot of like hard energy around structure, right? And all of that. So we're moving away from that now. We're moving away from that. And so we're going to release the shackles of all this like structural energy. And because Pisces does not want to be tied down. All right. So where was I? So there's been, as I said, the past few Saturn cycles have been about rules and responsibility and structures. So how are you going to, for the next 2 to 3 years, now that we've moved away from that and we're moving into more of a fluidity, right? Pisces is a water mutable sign as well. So how can you take more responsibility for the spiritual work that you are here to do? So if you joined us in January in the cosmic community, then I highly recommend listening to the yearly forecast where I talk about Saturn and Pisces, and also in the March program plus, because I go into much greater detail on the gate that is going to be start kicking off this new cycle, and you'll want to know about it. You'll definitely want to know about it. I'm sure you guys probably listened, but maybe, when you listen again, you learn something new. So go listen again. So Saturn and Pisces, let me wrap this up for you guys that are not in the cosmic community. How are you going to allow the spirituality from within you? Because we are all spiritual beings. How can you take responsibilities for that version of you? Okay. Because Saturn wants you to take responsibility. So how are you going to take responsibility for the spiritual being that you are? All right. So think about that, noodle on it. You got a few years. Okay. See what happens. Go see where Saturn's transiting your chart when this kicks off. Okay. That'll give you the storyline of what's going to be happening for you. See where you have Saturn in your sign, what astrology sign, see what house placement, who's hanging out with Saturn, anybody else hanging out with Saturn. Go look at all those things, and then I'll give you the storyline for your life and personalize it for you. Okay. So we also have a brief mental pressure with the moon on this day with the full moon. There's a lot happening on Tuesday. Tuesday's a big day. So there's going to be a brief mental pressure going on, I think late that day, or earlier the next day, depending on where you are in the world. So this is going to allow you to create space in your day to have breakthroughs, to allow them to come in. There's going to be a pressure trying to go through that review process, right? So allow yourself to contemplate a lot during full moon Virgo. I mean, Virgo is connected to Mercury, right? So where can you find a better communication with yourself and with others during full moon Virgo? Okay. So also later on Tuesday or even Wednesday for some people, depending on where you are in the world. So also know where you are in the world, because I'll just so you guys know, we are in Eastern time zone when I'm speaking about this. I try to, if it's later in the day for me, I realize that it's probably the next day for some other people. So I like to say that, but just so everybody knows, we're in Eastern time zone, just so you're aware of how that's working for us. So there's also going to be a time on this day to create some space. So just allow yourself to go through the emotions. So where was I with this? So Tuesday or Wednesday, question to ask yourself is, where are you in the world? Where are you going with how you're feeling? Because there's a lot of feelings that are coming up. And so there's going to be a new focus coming in on either late Tuesday, early Wednesday, a new focus on grace through our emotions. Okay. So we've had this like mental pressure, all this Virgo energy. And then it's like, okay, now you're going to have to feel it. Okay. There's steps The planets are giving us steps to take. So now that we've mentally pressured ourselves, now we're going to have to feel all of those thoughts. Okay. So the next program is saying, how can we find grace in our emotions and being open to feel? And we're being grounded in our mind and forming new realizations this week. This is asking for patience in your completions this week. Lots of emphasis on review, processing, and completion. So that's the new program that we're going to be moving into, is finding grace in our emotions and really allowing us to ground into those thoughts. Okay. And so on Thursday, we get an emotional surge through our voice and our emotions, and really allowing us to examine where we were a few months ago with our boundaries. We're finally coming to an end with all the Mars retrograde gates that we traveled through. This is the last one. Okay. So where were you a few months ago? If you remember when Mars went retrograde, a lot of boundaries came up for people. I started blocking people on my Instagram during this time. So, and a lot of people like went private on their account. So we're coming back around to that. And so whose auras are you open to or not? Okay, that is the question to ask yourself when we have this little emotional surge that's going to creep up for us on Thursday. So, whose auras are you open to or not? And have you learned any lessons on boundaries? Because, boy, have I. Okay, really trying to like use discernment with the people that I will let into my aura. So, that's the question to ask yourself towards the end of the week. So, then on Friday, the 11th, this is okay. There's a lot of fucking shit happening this week. And there's a lot of Chiron shit happening this month. So here's the next one. We talked about one last week, right? So on the 11th, Jupiter is conjunct Chiron. So if you remember, we had a Chiron placement last week, right? With Venus. So go back and listen to that last week's episode if you didn't hear it. But this is a huge emphasis for this one on unblocking and expanding our childhood wounds and blocks. So, like I said, definitely go look at what gates you have Chiron in, because there's actually a hidden aspect to Chiron in your body graph. So if you want to go to genetic matrix, you can find that on there. It'll show up with the gate that's in your unconscious and conscious Chiron. So go look at that. And I'm going to plug myself here real quick because I never tell anybody this on here. I do Chiron readings. If you didn't know, I actually have one this weekend or two. I can't remember. I have a lot of readings coming up and I never know it off the top of my head. But I'm super excited for people that are doing Chiron readings while we're going through this, because wow. Like when I found out what that I have Chiron in gate 16, which is the gate of skills. And I've had, and this is also a throat gate, and I have Chiron in Gemini. So there's an extra emphasis for me and my open throat on nobody hearing me, and why I cry about that nobody sees me all the time. It's my fucking Chiron. Okay. So go look and see where you have Chiron, what sign you have Chiron in, what gates you have Chiron in, and what house placement do you have Chiron in? Okay, go look at that. And that's going to give you a huge picture on your healing process. And you're going to want to know how you're going to be able to heal, because there's a lot of extreme healing happening with this aspect coming in on the 11th. So go look. And if you need help, book a reading. I don't know if that one's going to be open yet, but maybe I'll open it up. Maybe I'll open it. Go look at go to my down below in my description, go to journeythroughhd.com and look and see if I have my Chiron readings open. And if I do, I would highly recommend booking one, because this is the time to work through that shit. Okay. So that's what's going on the 11th. And then we have a brief sacral pulse on our direction of our vehicle on Sunday. That's like bringing in more prosperity and abundance that might enlighten you on the direction of your vehicle. So there's a lot happening this week. That's the majority. And yeah, that's it.
Well, as always, the cards are here to support you. So I pulled for the week for the full moon and for basically the energy of this week, which seems like everything just comes up in this card. So I got the moon. And the moon is all about illusion and limiting beliefs and working through them. So I'm going to read a little bit from a book that I have here, but I want to show the YouTube people the picture. So there's two, it depends on what deck you have. These are two dogs that are looking up at the moon. They're looking away from their path. They're looking under the moonlight. Like, what can't they see? What are the illusions that are being, like shadows? Like, what are the things that were being shown? And then the crawfish is actually you or your vehicle. It's trying to take this path, but it has to work through those limiting beliefs. It has to work through the shadows in order to get on the path where it needs to go. And so, funny enough, when you said that, we're working toward our childlike, I forget what you said exactly, like going toward being more childlike and
childhood wounds.
Yeah, the childhood wounds. The moon is the card before the sun. And the sun is about enlightenment and childlike freedom. And there's a lot of like abundance there. There's sunflowers. There's a child on the card. So in order to like get through to the next, into the sun card, we have to work through those limiting beliefs. We have to let go of the things that aren't serving us anymore. We need to kind of go from the nighttime underneath the, all the scary illusions of the world. You think, kids are afraid of the dark. We're all afraid of our shadows. Like there's so much representation of our fear of the unknown. But we have to work through that. And what is it that's coming up in that time in order to get to that next spot, in order to take the next step to get to, more of a freedom with your feelings. So I just wanted to read it for a second from this book that I have. So you'll also have a feeling of confusion or worry, and you may be blocking your intuition. So the moon draws out your psychic abilities, allowing you to trust your intuition and clear away any confusion. Focus your healing energies on your brow chakra, the energy center most connected with your psychic talents. You'll discover hidden mysteries, new ideas, and also listen to your dreams and trust your feelings. And I said this in the March Program Plus last night, to pay attention to your dreams this month. And this is connected to Pisces. So Pisces brings a connection to other worlds and realities, and it may be an emotional time. You already said that. But it's not going to do you any good just like howling at the moon. You have to do something in order to change. Like something has to change to change. So acceptance and being aware of your fears and any self-imposing blocks that you have will help you clear that out, because we only fear things that we don't have any. We fear stuff that we don't think we have any control over, or that we have had in our past, like blocks in our past. But that's not always true. So the moon can warn you of illusion by yourself, by others, by unrealistic dreams. And so now is a really good time to work through that. And it suggests using selenite, which, you can use selenite for literally everything, but selenite is a super cleansing, clearing crystal to use.
Oh yeah. I might have to put my selenite necklace back on during this next week, especially if you're smell cognition. Let me tell you something. If you are smell cognition, you better go buy some fucking selenite if you don't already have it, because selenite is condensed salt, right? And it as a smell person, we need to have our nasal passages, our physical body clear so that we can receive the correct information. That's what cognition does. It turns on your vehicle. Okay. So I bought the selenite necklace, and I switch between that one. And then I have also an green aventurine one.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
That I decided to put on not too long ago, but I have been feeling the call to switch back to the selenite one for a while, because there's a lot of heaviness happening right now. So I need to clear. I need to be just constantly getting cleared.
Yeah.
So find some selenite this week. Definitely use it during the full moon. Definitely create a ritual. This is such a great card, especially with it being connected to Pisces. We're still in Pisces season.
Yep.
Virgo moon is connected to Pisces season. And so really allow yourself to travel through the emotions, travel through the blocks this week. There's a lot of opportunity to work through it. That's what the transits are offering us. You have two options. You have two options to live. Okay. I'm going to give them to you right now. Come into alignment and flow with the cosmic current. Okay. Or you can go against the cosmic current, face resistance, and get trapped in the matrix, get trapped into the illusion, get trapped in, especially with Pisces season, we can really fall for the disillusionment that is not really real for us, where we transfer and we make up all these fucking mind stories. Get to know your transference. Okay. Get to know your transferred view. I can't stress that enough. It is one of the biggest game changers aside from understanding your design, just in general, and your strategy and authority. Understand your transferred view. And if you want to learn how to understand your transferred view, definitely join us for our variable intensive. I believe I've been trying to contemplate, and I'm looking at the transits on when's the best time to release the waitlist, because I've had a few people reach out about our variable intensive recently. And so probably the end of this month or beginning of next, because we will be doing it probably in April. So we'll put out the waitlist, and we're also going to, if we get three signups for the variable intensive, we are going to be doing a scholarship for one person for the variable intensive. You'll be able to join us for 5 weeks for free if 3 people sign up. So basically, they're supporting you in your process of if you're just, for the people, there's people out there that I don't want to gatekeep this information. I do need an exchange, but if we get 3 exchanges, then we're going to offer a scholarship to one person to join us for the intensive, and we're only taking 10 people for this variable intensive. We had too many people in the membership, and I want to do some experiments with you guys that I tried and wanted to do for the membership, and it just wasn't the right framework for that. And so I've developed a new one. And so we're going to be doing that in the variable intensive. So if you're interested, definitely make sure you're on our email list so that you can get on the wait list when we launch that shortly. So that's it for the week. There's just only a few things, just a few small things.
I have one more card.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry. I forgot that we weren't done here. Sorry.
That's okay. It'll be a quick one. So on that note of like going with the flow with the ocean or crashing into the waves and drowning, like, yeah, let's surrender.
Yeah.
Which I was like, okay, so all right, here we go. Okay, so again, this is from the Soul's Journey. I'm just vibing with these cards right now. So it says you need to understand the distinction between power and control. You have the power of internal control, but very little external control over people or situations. The majority of your external control is through the power of influence. You can lead by example. Every soul has its own unique path, and it's not your job to dictate it. Giving advice or direction in a compassionate manner is the way to go. Your soul, too, has a path, and you possess the power to control it, but you must surrender to the illusion that you have control over another. Also, with the moon card, like the illusion part. So remember that this is a process, and from time to time, your ego will rise up and demand that things be the way they should be. But envision a hot air balloon loaded up with all the things that you think you need to control and let them ride away in the balloon. You'll be surprised to find that when you release the energy of control and accept the energy of surrender, that doors will open that you never expected, because you have now given the universe space in which to materialize what is needed for your highest soul growth. I feel like those two just go really well together, because it's like we need to surrender to the thoughts that we trap ourselves in and let them, give us some freedom, because we're staying under the illusion that, things are always going to work in some particular order, when we kind of have to surrender to our vehicle. We have to surrender to our design and really let us go on its path. Yeah. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah. So surrender and feel this week, guys. Mm-hmm. That's what full moons are all about. Surrendering and feeling. Go into the void. Oh, actually, no. They're not going in the void. Go into the light. I'm sorry. Go into the void during new moons. Go into the light during full moons. So we hope you guys have a good week. And if you are on YouTube and you're watching us, give us a big thumbs up right now. Help us reach some more people that are looking for weirdos like us. We would love to connect with more people. So, we're supporting you. We would love for some support in return. And we love you. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
We will see you over on the next one.
See ya. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. Krystle and I are really here as defined hearts to provide value to you with our unique insights. If you have found any of this episode valuable to you, we ask that you share with a friend, tag us with a highlight on Instagram, and write us a review so we can reach more people. Human design and astrology are tools to guide us toward our transformation. You are a unique and beautiful being, and we encourage you to let that light inside of you shine bright. See you in the next episode, friends.